17. Huge Coronation Street spoilers for next week. 13 to 17th of October. Next week on Coronation Street, Todd is left furious when he discovers that scheming Theo may have cheated on him. But is he ready to cut ties with the manipulative scaffolder for good? Elsewhere, Tyrone suffers a nasty fall at home, and Betsy finds herself dragged into the power struggle between Becky and Costello. Read on for 17 big moments coming up. You can also check out our collection of 25 spoiler pictures from these episodes. 1. Todd starts to fear the worst. After getting tested for bowel cancer, Todd confides in George about how worried he is over the results. He even vows to start putting plans in place for his own funeral, which leaves George concerned over his state of mind. George goes snooping through Todd's emails to find out the details of his next appointment. He then goes along to show his support, and Todd's relieved to have someone by his side. 2. Theo realizes he's been left in the dark. Theo tells Billy and Summer that he's worried about Todd and fears he's hiding something. Billy, who already knows what's going on, is left uncomfortable over the awkward position that he's in. Later, Theo is forced to hide his fury when Todd phones Billy for a chat about his day. 3. Todd orders Theo to leave. The next morning, Todd heads home to the flat after spending the night at Billy's place. He assures Theo that nothing happened between them, but his protests are interrupted when newcomer Pete, played by former Hollyoaks star Andrew Hayden Smith, emerges from the bathroom. Theo makes no apologies for having Pete over, claiming that Todd has been sneaking around for days. Todd explains that he was hiding a health scare, but Theo continues to unfairly blame him for everything. At the end of his tether, Todd orders Theo to pack his bags. 4. Theo tries to make amends. The tensions come as Glenda hosts a Mr. and Mrs. competition at the Rovers. Todd attends, while Theo soon follows and insists they need to talk. Todd refuses to talk to Theo, but the master manipulator isn't giving up and sits nearby. Todd then gets an idea when he spots Glenda's clipboard. 5. Lisa makes a promise to Carla. Carla admits that she's wary about going ahead with a planned trip to Ireland, as she doesn't want to leave Lisa and Becky alone together. Dismayed that Carla doesn't trust her, Lisa declares her love and insists that she has no romantic interest in Becky anymore. 6. Betsy tips up. Becky enjoys some quality time with her family while Carla is away and agrees to model some of Betsy's designs for a college project. Lisa also decides to join in, leading to high spirits all round. Betsy decides to record the heartwarming family moment, but Becky expresses panic and horror when she realizes that her daughter has uploaded a clip online. As Becky is supposed to be dead, she frets that someone might recognize her. 7. A shock arrest works in Costello's favor. Kit breaks some bad news to Lisa, explaining that Betsy has been arrested. Lisa immediately blames Becky, claiming that their daughter's behavior has been erratic ever since Becky returned from the dead. In a police interview room, Betsy stands accused of damaging a police car, resisting arrest, and trying to attack Costello. She refuses to comment on any of the allegations. In another example of corruption, Costello privately warns Becky to disappear again, or he'll make sure the consequences are worse for Betsy. 8. Kevin feels isolated after his split from Abby. Abby holds out an olive branch to Kevin, asking him whether he'd like to look after Alfie for a while. Kev agrees and heads off to collect him, but he's clearly still in a foul mood after the news of Abby's betrayal. Abby changes her mind and tells Kevin that he can have Alfie another day when he's in a better frame of mind. With recent events leaving him overwhelmed, Kevin breaks down in tears. 9. Abby makes an accusation. Abby looks for a new place to work, following the breakdown of her marriage to Kevin. She chats to a rival garage but fails to get the job. Feeling she knows exactly who's to blame, Abby arrives at number 13 in a fury and accuses Kevin of sabotaging her chances. 10. Tyrone suffers a nasty fall. Cassie helps Tyrone with his exercises, but soon slips away after receiving a text from Steve. Cassie and Steve infuriate Tracy with their thoughtless behavior as they drink Ken's last bottle of wine from his first wedding to Deirdre. Tyrone is left alone for longer than planned, as Fizz avoids going home and asks Tim to drive her into town. By the time Cassie returns, Tyrone is lying in agony on the floor after falling out of his wheelchair. 11. Cassie catches Fizz in a lie. Fizz blames Cassie for the incident with Tyrone and harshly blanks her. Cassie's curious when she finds out that Carla gave Fizz the week off work so that she could look after Tyrone. It's clear that Fizz was lying about a factory errand as her reason for not being there when Tyrone needed her. 12. Tracy tries to get Cassie out of the way. Tracy gets fed up with seeing Cassie lounging around number 1, so she buys her 2 tickets for Fizz's favourite band. She suggests that they should go together. Tracy points out that this could help to mend the rift between Fizz and Cassie, although her real agenda seems to be getting Cassie out of the way for a while. 13. Bethany worries about Hope. Bethany starts doing some shifts at the salon and looks after Hope, who's doing work experience. A client arrives and shows off so-called miracle pills, which supposedly create strong hair and nails and cause weight loss. Hope seems interested in the pills, despite Bethany's warnings that all may not be as it seems. When the client later reports that the tablets have gone missing, Bethany accuses Hope and orders her to empty her bag. A row kicks off, and as the chaos escalates, Bethany's stoma splits. 14. Tim tries to draw a line under things. Tim promises Sally that he doesn't intend to see Trisha again, following the unsettling revelations over their past. He insists that the subject is closed. But is this really the end of the matter? 15. There's news on the Rovers. Carla informs Lisa that she has sold the Rovers to someone called Ben. Show bosses have previously announced that returning character Eva Price will be running the pub alongside partner Ben Driscoll and his family. 16. Shona is left disappointed. David gets stuck in a lift, so informs Shona that he'll miss their pregnancy scan. Shona gets upset following the news, but Bethany comes up with a plan. 17. Asha's return leaves Bernie on the warpath. Asha returns home from hospital but still isn't her usual self. She puts a blanket over her head and wants to block out the world. As Dev points out how fragile Asha still seems, Bernie suggests that someone needs to have a word with Naomi before she causes problems for anyone else.